To everybody watching right now or listening, write in the comment thread, like, what do you think is being birthed? Let's have this conversation together, because if we're all having a connected conversation, Keith, then we're not being distracted. You know, the title of this podcast is Bread and Circuses. This is in Roman times, where the government would give people just enough bread to eat, just enough party and things in the Colosseum to keep them mentally stimulated. But their hearts and their minds were almost sedated in the same way that we're being sedated now. We're in a modern day bread and circus with CNN and the mainstream media and everything that's going on. Can you expound upon that a little bit from your perspective? I mean, you interface with the top health leaders in the world. Like, what are they saying? Yep. What do you feel about the bread and circuses we're experiencing right now?
Look, I am in a rather unique place because I have studied political science my entire life. In another life, I would have been a constitutional attorney, because that's where I was going in the military. And it just, I decided not to go to JAG school because I had friends I had gone to college with that went on to law school right out of college when I went into the military. And by the time JAG school came up for me, they were already out of law school and working in firms. And they said, bro, you don't want any of this.
Yeah.
We guarantee you this is not what you think it is. So I chose not to go to law school. But my whole reason for being at that time as a young 20-year-old is I wanted to study constitutional law, and I wanted to go to work for the ACLU. That was my whole thing. I wanted to defend the Constitution against what I saw were egregious affronts to it. That was my reason for being that time. Then I got sidetracked into going into big pharma and a whole other game plan. It's one of those things where you back up and you're like, that was a fork in the road. Wonder how that. I wonder how taking the right fork would have worked out.
It's pretty perfect, though, Keith. It's pretty perfect for you, because how could you understand how the beast moves unless you lived in its belly for a moment?
Right. So looking at that and having my military background, so there's a couple of things. I know very well propaganda. I know thought control. I know from having been to schools in the military about how to avoid thought control. I see this is a textbook. It's textbook, and it's ridiculous to me when I see it, and I'm like, do you guys not see what's going on here? I mean, this is in the equivalent of football, of just running a dive right.
Can you share a little bit more about that so we can understand? You say it's textbook thought control. What about your time in the military and in the service allowed you to see that from that lens? Like, what do you mean textbook?
Right. So the first thing you do if you want to control somebody or break them down is, number one, you confuse, and number two, you instill fear. Bam, bam. Right? What do we have going on right now? Confusion. The CDC doesn't wear a mask, don't wear a mask, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. They don't know. Social distancing, we don't know. 6 feet, 12 feet, 18 feet. Right? Yeah. I mean, the public is so freaking confused. Ask anyone on the street right now, what does the CDC say about mask wearing? I mean, they don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Shit, yesterday it was wear a mask, today it's not wearing it. Nobody knows. Then it's instill fear, right? First thing that came down the line, COVID. Next thing that kind of petered out was killer hornets. Now we've got all of this racial tension going on.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so then you've got fear. Now you've got people in the suburbs who are armed to the teeth. And I know because I live in the Texas suburbs right near downtown, it's tense.
Yeah.
It is tense. So now you've got that going on. You put people in unusual circumstances. What is more unusual than social distancing and mask wearing? I mean, it is textbook mind control. And you just see it, and it's going on. If anybody thinks that all of this is about health, again, step back and ask, is this about health, or is somebody trying to control me? And then the next logical question is, well, that sounds like a conspiracy theory, because who would want to control me? Follow the money and follow the motives. Follow the money, follow the motives, and just keep asking why.